Hello everyone, welcome to this session on NMAT Analysis in which we are going to discuss the topic-wise breakup for NMAT exam. We are going to talk about which topics are going to be the key for you to clear the sectional and the overall cutoff when it comes to NMAT examination. Let us start off. First of all, before we jump to the topic-wise breakup, let's have a quick look at the NMAT exam pattern. You will have 48 questions in Quant, 40 questions in LR, 32 questions in verbal. In totality, you have 120 questions in the exam to be attempted in 120 minutes. You need to select the order of the sections in which you want to attempt the paper. Every section has a sectional time limit. You cannot jump between the sections. If you leave a section, you cannot come back to it. These are the few nuances which you need to keep in mind while planning your strategy for NMAT examination. It's more of a speed-based test. If you can see 120 questions in 120 minutes, with verbal having just 22 minutes for 32 questions, Quant having 60 minutes, and remaining time for LR, you could see that it is very well a very speed-based paper. And to add to that, GMAC has removed any negative marking from the exam, so you are not going to have any negative marking in NMAT, which implies that you are supposed to attempt the 100% paper. When you are left with 5 minutes in any of the sections, first go ahead and mark all the answers which you are yet to attempt, and then come back and start solving the questions. But ensure that you are not leaving any question unattempted when it comes to NMAT examination. Let's now have the look at the important topics for Quant section. Quant section will have 48 questions to be done in 60 minutes. The most important topic in the Quant section is going to be data interpretation, from which you are going to have 20 questions with around 4 to 5 sets of DI coming in the examination. Now, when I talk about data interpretation, it covers topics like line graphs, bar charts, pie charts, tables, and if you can ace these 4 topics, you can be very well set for doing good in data interpretation. Now, another point to remember is NMAT is going to give you very simple data reading questions on which you have to perform simple calculations around average, percentage increase, percentage decrease, compare the increase or decrease, and so on. So data interpretation is a easy gathering of marks for anyone who is looking to ace NMAT examination, with 20 questions coming from topics like tables, bar graphs, line graphs, pie charts, etc. Now, the next most important topic, as you could see, is arithmetic, from which you will get 8 to 10 questions in the examination. Arithmetic comprises of 7 topics, which consists of percentages, averages, time, speed, distance, time and work, ratio, proportion, mixture, allegation, profit and loss, simple and compound interest. So all these topics, they comprise arithmetic. Then you will have 4 to 5 questions coming from data sufficiency, 4 to 5 from PNC and probability, then geometry, number system, logarithms and progressions. All these topics are going to have 4 to 5 questions per topic. Now the expected cutoff for the Quant section is going to be 66 marks, which boils down to 22 questions which you need to do correctly, because every question is going to carry 3 marks. So if I have to pick up 22 questions out of 48 questions to be done in 60 minutes, if I can just ace data interpretation, arithmetic, and either one of the last 5 topics, that is data sufficiency, PNC, geometry, numbers, logarithms and progressions, I should be very well be safe to clear the Quant cutoff, and not just clear it but be above the cutoff with a very safe margin. So data interpretation, arithmetic hold the key if you want to clear the cutoff for the Quant section, and then to maximize your score you can use 1 or 2 of the other 5 topics mentioned on the screen. Now coming to the LR section, in LR the section is going to be dominated by questions from arrangements, selections and rankings. You are going to have 8 to 12 questions from arrangements, selections and rankings, which will come in the form of 2 to 3 caselets. This will be followed by critical reasoning questions, 7 to 8 questions from critical reasoning. Then you will have questions from family tree, blood relations, directions, from which 5 to 7 questions would come. And then comes topics, from where you will be getting 4 to 5 questions, which include coding, decoding, input, output, statement, assumption, conclusion, course of action, set theory, puzzles, and visual reasoning. Now, the sectional cutoff, which is expected for LR for NMIMS Mumbai, is around 57 marks. So if you can pick up 19 good questions, you should be all good, and you can easily pick these 19 questions from arrangements and selections, plus couple it with either critical reasoning and family tree, or family tree, statement, assumption, conclusion, set theory. So you can pull out the combination of 2 to 3 topics with which you are comfortable among the last 5 ones, and do well with arrangement, selections and critical reasoning, and you would be all set to clear the LR cutoff with a very good margin. So this is the overall breakup of different topics when it comes to LR section. Coming to the verbal, the section is going to be dominated by reading comprehension and vocabulary based questions. From reading comprehension, you will get 8 to 12 questions. Mostly you should get 12 questions, in which 2 will be slightly lengthier passages, and then there will be one set which is basically termed as closed passage, in which you will get a very small passage and questions based on that. So 2 to 3 sets of RCs comprising 8 to 12 questions is what you are going to get. Then vocabulary based questions, which will come in the form of fill in the blanks, analogies, antonyms and synonyms, 8 to 10 questions from vocabulary based. Then you have questions from prepositions and common confusables, 5 to 6 questions. Parajumbles, 4 to 5 questions. Sentence correction, 3 to 4 questions. So if you could see, even if you are not very strong with sentence correction and parajumbles, you can very easily clear verbal cutoff. Expected cutoff for verbal is 48 marks, which basically means 16 questions is what you need to do correctly. Now you can do these questions from just reading comprehension and vocabulary based questions itself. So clear, for not being able to clear the verbal cutoff, you need to put in lot of efforts. If you just want to clear the cutoff of verbal, you can do it without putting efforts, because RCs in verbal of NMAT, they are pretty easy. They are more like read the question, find the answer, mark it. So you can easily get 100% marks in reading comprehensions, and from the other 4 topics you can at least get 4 to 5 questions correct out of almost 15 to 20 questions. So if you could do that, you are very easily way above the margin of verbal sectional cutoff. So I hope that this quick session, a short video on topic wise breakup for NMAT examinations, has given you a good idea on how to plan about going to clear your sectional cutoffs. And yes, do not forget to check out NMAT coaching course, whether you are starting from scratch today or you have been scoring very low in mock tests of any other institute and are getting demotivated. Rest assured, if you give us 70 days, if you give 70 days to NMAT coaching course, a guaranteed 208 plus score awaits you. And last year we had 198 students with 208 plus score. So we have the results to back. We know what it takes. You just need to give us 70 days of your hard work, effort and determination, and we will ensure that you clear your NMAT cutoffs. And yes, in case someone from you does not want to go for NMAT coaching course but only for mock test series, there is a 20 full length mocks plus NMAT vocabulary book plus 15 sectionals available in a single mock test series course. So you can go for NMAT mock test series course as well. For either of the above courses, if you plan to enroll or have any queries, feel free to WhatsApp us at the number written on your screen. So thank you everyone for continuously trusting Careerna when it comes to NMAT preparation, and for allowing us, with the help of your efforts and determination, to take some credit of the glorious past results which we have when it comes to NMAT. With this, I wish you all the best for NMAT examination. And yes, do not forget to hit the bell icon on the top right hand side for subscribing to the channel. And if any one of you is using Android phone, do not forget to download Careerna MBA app today from Play Store and get access to free videos and articles, and to stay updated with the push notifications regarding all the MBA colleges you may be aiming for, so that you don't miss a single deadline. Thank you everyone. Wish you all the best once again.